Hey everybody, welcome to an exciting episode of NC-17. And the reason it is exciting is the lady we have with us, Miss Kristina Santiago. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. How you doing, Josh?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Uh Before we get into, all the good movie hoopla and everything like that, if you want to give a little bit of a backstory of how you got into acting and just how childhood was, and was it your dream to always be an actress?
Okay. I guess I started in theater. I was in the second grade and I got to sing in front of the entire school, all their families. And ever since from that very specific moment that I can think of, I've always wanted to live off of that high. And so I did theater growing up, and then usually after high school I did a couple shows after that, but there isn't really at least for me, there wasn't a huge theater scene. You would have to go to New York City, which
Yeah.
is 8 hours away from me. I'm on the other side of New York.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, anybody have suggestions for somebody who still has this itch to do this? And somebody's like, get into movies. You'd be great in movies. And I was like, I don't think so, but okay. And so I auditioned for a couple of things, and I learned that auditioning for theater and auditioning for movies, very different auditions. I have always been that person that knows how to project the voice to all the way to the end. And in movies, you don't. You can be intimate. You can be right here, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, you don't need to scream. So it's it was a learning curve, but I did get my first movie, and I was just like, yay, go me! I did it finally.
Oh, yeah. I've actually seen your first movie, Cannibal Cop.
Dick Johnson, Tommy Gun versus Cannibal Cop. That is a long. Oh, based on a true story. That's a long title.
Oh yeah. When you got cast in that role that you played, when you were reading the script, what was going through your mind?
Oh, geez. I remember I got a phone call from John Renna. He's one of the. He actually plays one of the cops, and I think he also helped direct the movie. And when he called me, he was just like, "So, how would you feel about being topless and dying?" And I was just like, sign me up, sign me up. And it's I really enjoyed being able to do horror movies, and that was my first start into horror movies of actually being in them, because I grew up loving horror. I watched a million things with my grandmother. We watched all the cheesy Tales from the Dark Side and all that sort of stuff. So I was just like, I could get used to this. I could get used to being covered in blood and dying or screaming or running. I'm like, sign me up, coach, because I am ready. So it's so much fun to live out that dream that I had no idea that I really wanted.
Oh yeah. Uh, so also, other than acting, you do modeling.
I do.
Yeah.
I have waned a little bit from it. Uh, so I got into model. This is a funny story. I got into modeling to prove a point to somebody, because somebody was like, "You're not attractive. Nobody wants to look at you." And I was just like, "Rude, rude, very rude." Because I mean, I'm not a size zero, but I'm not I think women are beautiful, people are beautiful, inside and out. It's more so how you are on the inside kind of deal. But that just lit a fire, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And somebody was like, yeah, there's these auditions for this brand ambassador thing, for this thing. It was 20 minutes from where I lived, and I went and I auditioned, and it was so much fun. I was just like, oh, like I'm a huge derm. I was like, I am, because they're like, we're looking for sexy boudoir people, and I was like, I can be a boudoir person. And so I was like, I'm comfortable with like nudity or this or that. Like, I'm good. Let's go. And they're I didn't win that round, but they liked me so much. They brought me in anyways. And they were just like, there's just I don't know, they're just like, you have that little so I'm just like, okay. So that's how I got into it. And then like some people like enjoy just taking pictures. So it was like, all right, I cosplay too. So you want to take pictures of me in cosplay, or you want to take pictures of me doing this, or pictures of me like that, I'm down. And so I've waned a little bit off of it. I'd love to get back into it. Um, but it is hard work. Uh, I personally believe because it's like you have to make the stills of a picture really speak to you. So it's interesting, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And to anybody, like, yes, yes, I please sign me up again. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh yeah. Uh, so other than modeling and acting, are there any other things that you kind of either want to try your hand at, or just you is like a secret hobby or a talent that you have that no one knows?
Um, I tend to be like a pretty open book. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything new that I'm like, I want to do that. Hmm. No, I'm pretty open. So like I like acting has definitely been a major passion of mine. I'm like I'm gonna be famous. I'm people are gonna know my name and they're gonna be like, "Yay, I want that person's autograph." Blah blah blah. Like so I'm living my dream. I'm living my fantasies. I'm really putting myself out there. So I don't think there's anything I'm willing to try things. Like recently I was asked if I wanted to do bungee jumping, and I was like, I'm just afraid like the bungee jump would just ring around my neck and then that'd be it for me. But it doesn't mean I don't want to try it.
All right. Uh, so let's get back into the movies. Personally, the one I liked was Veronica.
Ah,
Like I liked
yes,
both the movies I've seen, but Veronica just hit different, if that makes sense.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's see. Tell a little bit about that movie. So Amir Scalonia, who is the head dude for Foxtrot Productions, he originally made that movie years before we decided to do do it all over again. And the original girl that he had in the original Veronica movie, sadly, she passed away from the very thing in Veronica, which is, it deals with like domestic abuse and, violence. So it was, like to pay like respect and homage to her. And, it was one of his films that he really, really wanted to hone in and like do justice to it. So, he got a whole bunch of us Foxtrot people together and we just did the thing and I really liked my character because I was more so I in a serious film I was the comic relief because there was so much like serious pressure to revamp this, make it, more what it is. And I really enjoyed my friend Heather Dunham who plays Veronica. She really like just like she did it, every single person did incredible in that movie. So kudos to every single one of you guys because but I have to say I really enjoyed it. And Brandon Makajeski, he was like my counter person, and we just I felt really good like going back and forth with him. uh Overall really really great film. I love that you suggest like that's one that really spoke to you because it was such a good film to really dive into.
Yeah. Uh, so different contrast from your first film to Veronica. Uh, did you find it was it kind of difficult to go from this to this? Because you got a slew of other movies between those, but those two characters completely opposites.
Hmm.
Uh,
Absolutely. Yeah. Which movie are you referring to exactly?
Uh,
Besides Veronica.
Cannibal Cop, completely opposites.
Okay. So that one I feel like was a little more on the serious side as well. It's just that, there was like nudity.
Yeah.
Because it's like this cop is going around and trying to gain his demonic numbers or something like that. And this is like a pivotal moment on is he's like, you know, life or death. It's life or death. I hate like trying to spoil things without spoiling things,
Oh
but
yeah.
in Cannibal Cop, that's what was happening. So it was a quick like boom boom like him doing the very things that he set out to do, and they're not good. So that was a very like serious moment. I've never felt like I was like hyping myself up to be like scared and this and that. And it's interesting. So to do that and then come into Veronica even and be like going through scenes because there was serious moments and then there was like ha 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 yay we're friends and this and that and then there's like the heartfelt moments of just like seeing your friend go through things and like come out swinging, and it's like there's so many ups and downs in just Veronica alone. So I highly like I thoroughly enjoyed being that character and getting to do different bits and pieces of myself. So
Oh yeah. You were also in a movie which I plan on seeing. Haven't seen it yet. I do apologize. Slasher Days of Summer.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that
I,
was fun.
oh yeah. Can you go a little bit into the synopsis on that and just what how your character is?
Yeah, let's see. So Slasher Days of Summer is two rival campgrounds and counselors are against each other. There's this crazy psycho person killer. And there's like a hidden story behind that. And I play a camp counselor and my like I'm from the ritzy, like snooty side of the lake. So we're like we have Wi-Fi, we have like pools, we have like all this cute stuff, and we're just like we're so like in ourselves. And I'm just like on my phone a lot, and I'm just like, oh no, why is the Wi-Fi out? Like, and that's really it was a really fun role to play. And then prime reason I got to work with the Chad Ridgely. I think he's incredible, awesome. He's still a really great friend of mine, and it was fun to just like sit with him because he's been in, the more professional world of film. He does a lot of indie films in Buffalo now, but he's also like a comedian, and it was fun to just be able to sit with him, pick his brain, learn from him. Because that in itself is just you can't put a price on that sort of knowledge. So
Oh, yeah. You got a couple movies coming up, which I've seen the trailers of, and I am anticipating all of them pretty much. We'll go with
yeah.
these things. Uh,
Mhm.
you played Diane, right?
Yes,
And that's an all-star cast, if you ask me. Yourself
absolutely.
included, like everyone in there. I've seen movies with them; they're all phenomenal.
Best cast ever. I'm not even kidding. I have never in the history of history, I think, ever got along so well with the group of people. Like it was a phenomenal group of people. I absolutely adore Hunter. I absolutely adore Justin K. Because they're all fuzzy monkey people. I'm officially a fuzzy monkey person, so I was like so excited to like work with them. They're you guys are my lovies. Working with Jordan Hunley and Tony, I can never pronounce his last name. So sorry, Tony, I'm not gonna do that to you. Great people all around, like, and we just like we really bonded and we really got along. Like we really all got along with each other. I've never had that happen before. There's always like that one person, like there's always somebody like that you're just like you just didn't click that well, or you absolutely hate it. I don't think I absolutely hate people, but like I'm like I just didn't click well with them. Every single one of those people, I will fight a dragon for. Just saying.
I don't know if you've seen it, but I actually had uh Jordan on. I also had Justin on and Hunter. Uh,
And Hunter. Yeah.
it's
Now you just
it's
need to get Kay and Tony.
Kay's actually going to be on later. I think next week, and then or no, I think she's tomorrow. And
Oh,
then I got to reach out to Tony. But you guys are so like uh, I say it all the time. You're a close knit group. The independent scene is to me the meat and potatoes of movies nowadays because you see
mhm,
so many CGI movies, you see so many Hollywood movies, and it's like, how many times can you watch the same thing over and over? You know.
mhm,
But with independent film, it's like one day you're filming Veronica, the next day you're filming these things. I mean,
mhm.
complete different contrast, and that's what me and probably everyone else who's a fan of movies we love to see is you guys can play these different characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually, the summer that we filmed these things, I also filmed a whole bunch of other, like I had a summer jam-packed filmed with movies. But one of my other favorite things was literally going from these things to Cracula to Unearthed. All three very different. It's like aliens, vampires, and other aliens, but this one was like super serious. Unearthed was one of my favorites because I was given the chance and opportunity to just be a serious person, to just like put my whole new like self out there in the sense. And I really thank Will Devakis and Phil Herman for really letting me be able to expand my acting into something more like, because I play a goofball, I play the sexy goofball silly person, and I it's so easy. That's literally like me. But to be able to like change things up and do this and do that and like bam 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 bam, that's it was a crazy 2 weeks that I was just like, whoa, I can't believe I just was like, I'm this, I'm the whoosh queen, now I'm Cinnamon, and now I'm Julie, and all three people, all three different scenarios. So I
Oh yeah.
really enjoyed being able to do something like that. It's like the wide net range of things.
Oh yeah.
So thanks every single person.
Speaking of Dracula, there's a certain person who plays Dracula in the movie that you and him are how can we say this? You guys are a beautiful couple.
Yeah, yeah, he's my bladdy daddy. Tim Hale is my bladdy daddy. So
uh
yeah, we met on Cracula first, if it wasn't obvious,
oh,
and I met him on set over the summer, and we just like immediately clicked. So it was like, okay, I think he's cute, and I have to act like this around him. Oh no, how embarrassing. But I was just like, are you okay with this? And also like, are you okay with this? Because the things that we did, I was like, I need a comfort level with somebody. I'm like, is it okay if I like do this? And I'm like, are you okay with this? I like, consent is important. So I was like, is it okay if I just do this and I might surprise you? And like he said that like our scene, there was a couple of things that he was just like, whoa. And I was like, yay, that was what I was going for. Awesome.
he
But yeah,
oh yeah,
silly dude.
oh yeah. He was in Crackoon also. And
Yes.
when me and my wife
Carlos.
oh yeah, when me and my wife were watching it, she was like, he's over the top. Don't ever act like that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it all the time now. But I want to say congratulations for you guys because I'm pretty sure you guys make a pretty good couple. So
Trying to be that power couple together. We're gonna take over the whole film world. Just you wait and see.
there you go. uh, Filming Cracula on set because from the trailer alone, it looks like it's a satire kind of comedy horror. What was going on behind the scenes that was kind of like the shenanigans that just kept you guys laughing and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. There was a lot of like interesting things that like because I wasn't there the entire time. I was there a couple days and then a couple days, and there was a lot of blood. Let's just be perfectly honest. There was a lot of blood. There was a lot of crack. No, I'm kidding. There wasn't. But we had stayed the first round in this like creepy middle of nowhere trailer. I don't want to say that it's creepy. It was creepy to me. There was no like blinds. There was no doors. And that's where like cuz Hunter also is in Cracula, and he came in the day that I came in, and it was me, him and Tim just chilling, hanging out, getting to like know each other, and that was before me and Hunter filmed these things. So I was just like, cool, great. He's like, we're gonna have a blast, and I think we played Uno, and we try because we're trying to like it's already like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're just like, what do we do? Like we blew up air mattresses. We just had a gas together. Us three. I'd love for that to like just let's just do that again. And then the second time, oh, I can tell you about the second. So the second time I was there for filming. Tim and I were kind of like, Meow. And I got to meet Chad. I think it's Critelli. He who plays like the Renfield in Cracula. We stayed in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And I swear, the second night that we were there, me and Tim saw a fairy. We saw a fairy in the woods hiding behind a tree. I was like, it was so bright and white. So weird shenanigans. We saw fairies when we were filming Cracula.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
uh, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to get into the industry in any facet of the industry?
Uh, Never give up. Never ever give up. Because this industry is the one of the hardest things you could ever get into, and you're going to get shot down a million times before you get that yes. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. You're going to feel like you're just going to struggle. And note that never do it for money, because like sometimes like it's not going to fully pay the bills. I have been completely immersed into filming myself right now for a year, almost, yeah, over a year now. And it's hard work. You have to constantly push yourself. You have to constantly put yourself out there. You have to constantly say, hey, I want to audition for this. I see that. Like you have to keep your eyes peeled, keep putting it in. You're going to get 18 no's and one yes. And then when that one yes hits, it's just going to take over everything. It's just going to fill your heart, and you're going to feel so good when you accomplish something. So never give up. Never give up. If this is your dream, just know it's going to be hard, but it's so freaking worth it. I swear. I
All
mean
right.
that with all my heart.
All right. So let's kind of go back to the beginning for a minute because you
Mhm.
started acting before COVID.
Yes.
So when COVID happened and literally the world shut down, would you say that the industry, although it kind of just took a step back, independent film kind of flourished a little bit more during COVID? Would you say
Mhm.
that the industry is in full swing now, or is it still rebooting itself from COVID?
Um, I'd say from COVID, it's back to normal 100%. I think back to normal. There's a couple things like people who get sick, like now it's like, oh, well, you still have to think about that, but it's like that goes for any sort of sickness you could get. Like I had the flu not too long ago, so and then I had major bad ear infection. It was insane. I ate a lot of garlic. Ironically, Tim's the one that fed me the garlic. So vampires, garlic, I don't get it. But
You took the words out of my mouth.
yeah, you'd be surprised. He loves garlic. But like the difference between the before and after COVID, now there really isn't much of a thing. When it first happened, everybody was so cautious. Everybody wore masks. Everybody did this. Everybody got tested. So it was hard to like fall into like making sure that people were safe and people weren't getting infected and everything. Like I fought with people about that even because it's touchy for some people, and I understand that. As an autoimmune like person who has problems, like I have autoimmune problems, whatever. Like I worry about that sort of stuff. So I'm just like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But like now it's good. But I know like when the strike happened, I was really like pushing myself, and I was actually like getting auditions for like big production companies. And then when the strike happened, boom, gone. Nothing. I hear nothing anymore. And I've reached out. I was dying to be on Reservation Dogs, and I was auditioning and auditioning, and they were actually sending me the auditions. So I was like so excited. And then when the strike happened, stopped completely. And I was like, soon, one of these days, I'm gonna work with Pedro Pascal, and we're gonna have a great time.
uh, I saw on the social media that you had an ear infection, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I didn't want to reach out because I wanted to. Everyone can hear this. I'm completely deaf in my left ear,
Oh,
like
I'm
nothing.
completely done with my right ear.
So what happened was, is when I was younger, I got bit by a dog, and it sunk its teeth all the way in and burst my drum. So
Oh
nothing.
wow.
Yeah, but I just wanted to share that with you. So
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yay, deaf people have fun. No,
uh,
but deaf things are actually like, I hate to say that it's in, but it's in. And because I'm from Buffalo, John Krasinski, the creator of A Quiet Place, filmed here in Buffalo. So I was just like, yay, deaf people united. I love that. So well, we got something going on being half deaf at least.
oh yeah. It's like when I'm at work, I got my earbud in and I can't hear nobody, and people are trying to talk to me, and I'm like, then I turn around, they're right there. I'm like, oh, what was you saying? They're like, oh yeah, I forgot you're deaf.
Never mind. Yeah, never mind. How rude.
Oh
How
yeah.
rude. I'm just like, you gotta talk in my good ear. I swear.
I say that to my wife all the time. You know,
I tell Tim that all the time because he'll just be like, Mare Mare. I was like, baby, this sign. Anybody. It goes for anybody, really.
oh yeah. Now see, like my wife, she'll be talking, and I'll be like, you're talking into my deaf ear. She's like, well, you can still hear me. I was like, yeah, but it's better if you're over here.
You got to do the dancey dance too, right? You got to do the dancey dance because they always got to be on that side, the other side, not this side. I'm just like, what'd you say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
uh
but it is cholesteatoma awareness month, and that's what I had in my ear, and I had surgery 10 years ago, and it deteriorated everything. I had reconstruction of my eardrum, and nothing works on that side. So, hey,
uh, hey, the little things that make our character make us better people.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uh,
Although I will not know what's said on this side to this day.
I'm right there with you, only on the left side.
Yeah, talk to my left ear. Left side, left side, left side's good ear. I'm
Oh yeah.
left-handed too, so.
Uh, no, I'm right-handed. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, so we got about 9 minutes left. What
Yeah.
would you What would you tell your 10-year-old self back then that you know now that would kind of change the trajectory of your life?
Oh wow. Hmm. I have no idea. Like, you're like little me. Hi. We're just as weird as we always been. Like, I don't I don't know. Maybe keep on dancing because I suck at dancing. And dancing was like my weakness when it came to musicals. I personally think. Um, yeah, yeah, because like the singing part's easy, the acting part's easy, the dancing part and singing and acting all at the same time, hard to do. Don't worry, we don't really need much dancing. We just dance with people occasionally, and you just need to do the nice dad dancing, dads at wedding dancing, and you're good. You're good. So don't beat yourself up. I did learn how to tap dance in 2 weeks for a musical. So
Damn, that's pretty good.
so yeah, just don't beat yourself up. You stay weird. Stay weird, Kristina. Stay weird. It all pays out in the end. As terrible and as bullied as I feel like I was for being weird, it pays out in the end.
And there's a movie, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it, The Craft. They always say, Mister, we are
Mm-hmm.
the weirdos.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Is there anything that you'd like to tell any of your castmates of the that are movies coming out, or just movies you've been in, or directors and stuff that you haven't said to them?
I absolutely adore every single one of you people. Even if we haven't talked in forever, because life and economic times just I love you guys, every single one of you. Like, I don't think you all realize how much I love you. I've really gained an incredible family out of all of these people. Like, Brad Twig, thank you. Thank you. You helped me get a boyfriend. I never thought I'd have one. All
Hey,
because I wanted to be a succubus vampire. Thank you, Brad.
that's
And
pretty
thank you for
awesome.
T-Rexorcist. T-Rexorcist I'm really excited for because I get to be an indigenous, I'm Native American.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brad, on that as well, because like I get to push my indigenous agenda on everybody.
That's awesome.
Thank
Uh
you.
no, there's a lot of people who like label people, and
Mm-hmm,
sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. Everyone's like Spring Queens or Jamie Lee Curtis or Linnea Quigley. They are.
mm-hmm.
You are too.
Woo! Let's go.
It's
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. It's to but see, here's the thing. We got what, about 5 minutes?
Mhm,
You're all the movies you've been in, you've ran the gamut from comical to serious to sidekick to upfront to everything. Your your body of work in movies speaks to the character of who you are, because you put out what you love, and you are always there to make sure that you're doing what you need to do. So for that, I recommend you, and I thank you because you're putting out awesome material.
thank you. Oh my gosh. Don't make me cry.
Sorry. Here, just go like this, and then I'll speak it to your deaf ear. No, no, it's been a pleasure and it's been an honor, and you are more than welcome to come on NC-17 anytime you like, even if it's just to say you got a booger in your nose. I say that in every episode. Guess I'm
Yeah.
a too. But
I'll be sure to say that when you bring my lovey on here. Just gonna say, like, I'll just throw that in there.
all right. Actually, me and him are we're gonna do an episode. He said when he's got free time, he'll be on. So,
Yeah, he's a busy bit. He's a busy bee.
oh yeah.
Busy bee.
But it's been a pleasure having you on. You've been awesome. You're a true
Thank
rock
you.
star in the movies, and
Thank you.
just keep
It
kicking.
has been a true pleasure and honor to like hang out with you and do this thing.
Oh yeah. Well, it's all my honor. My but I appreciate you guys appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate everybody who's been on. I try to make this as fun as possible. Sometimes I might sound like a broken record, but every now and then a broken record needs to be played too.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, thank you for coming on. And or wait, before I even go, plug all your socials. I am so sorry.
Oh gosh. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. If you want me to be on anything else, I'll do that too. I'm also a skitlet girl. Dabble in the gardening 420 thing, if you know what I mean. Can I say the W word?
You can.
Yeah. weed. There we go.
I mean, it's legal now, so
It is. It's fully legal here in Western New York. So, but yeah, so yeah, you need anybody for that, or you need somebody to be a weirdo. Hi guys, I'm your girl.
all right. It has been again an honor and a pleasure. And,
Absolutely. Thank you so
and,
very much.
oh, you're welcome. All right, everybody. Until next time, stay NC-17.